Hi Flosstube, it's McCleary Texstylust. Welcome to my channel. Hi Flosstubies, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, this channel is primarily about cross stitch and quilting and some other crafts, knitting, crocheting, scrapping, whatever I'm working on. Today we're going to be looking at some cross stitch, and I have a finish, one finish, two finishes, just one I think, and what I've been working on, and a little bit of knitting and a little bit of crocheting update. If you are a current subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad you're here and look forward to chatting with you. I don't know that today's going to be terribly long, probably not as long as my usual hour or so. I have been working on a lot of things and I have lots to show you, but I think it's going to be a little bit shorter. So let's go ahead and get started. I had a finish. I finished it, was it last night? Night before last? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. And the finish is, and oh gosh, did I bring the chart out? Let me grab the chart. Hold please, already. Here, I thought I was so organized. Okay. This is my finish. It's from the chart Forever and Ever by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And there's two versions in this chart. A lot of people commented on my picture on Instagram saying that they liked my changes. I didn't do the changes. Brenda did these changes. But if you look on the back, you can see this is the version that I did. It is included with the chart. It's charted by itself. And here is my finish. And I need to put something behind it. Hold on here. I stitched this on 36 count, picture this plus vellum. And this is my finish. I did change it a little bit over here on this side. I did not put a set of initials. I just put the year of 2024. I actually had put the initials of my children in there, but it looked really, really crowded. So I took it back out and I went for the year instead, using the numbers that were included with the chart. And I did this using the called for floss, with one exception. I think that I didn't have one of the colors. What was one of the colors I didn't have? I did not have, well, actually I guess there was two. So I did not have Brethren Blue, and I used Weeks Okefenokee. And I did not have, I'm looking here real quick, I didn't have Barn Door, so I believe I used Weathered something. I'll put it down below what it was I used, but they're very close in color, so it wasn't that big of a change. This looks pretty much like the original, but I really love this finish. This is going to count as my sampler finish for the cottage bedroom for this year, and I hope to take it in next week and start looking for a frame. So very pleased with that. It turned out lovely. I love the colors. I love the house. I love these little flowers right here in the yard in front of the house. I think that's so cute. So that was my finish. I'm really glad to have gotten that done. And I suppose I could have looked at my card. Did I write that down on the card yet? I started that in February last year of 2023, and I finished it on the 4th of April. Okay, so that was Forever and Ever, the modified version of With I Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And once I finished that, I picked up and did a little bit of stitching on, let me get the name of it here. It's a gray kind of low energy day here in Central Oregon, and I'm really feeling that low energy. Okay, this is called A Bit of Spring. It's in the Ooh La La book by Blackbird Designs. And I started this last year in March, and this is what it looks like. It's a very beautiful little French looking sampler that's going to go in the French general room. And I am doing this on a 36 count hand die that I dyed myself. No name. I really like this. This is actually a fairly quick stitch. Those flowers, I think they're carnations, they stitch out pretty quickly, and the letters also stitch out quickly. So I'm loving this so far. I have a mix of called for and DMC, although I think when I started this, I had pulled the DMC because I didn't have all of the floss, but it's a year later and I may have some of those floss. So I'm looking for those as I go. And these are the flosses. And I love this stitch. It's going to be so pretty. So a little bit of spring out of the Ooh La La book by Blackbird Designs. So I put, I think I had just like these two flowers and that done. And so this, I got all of this done, and the letters, or the B and the C and the beginning of, I think, an N last night after I finished the Forever and Ever. I also picked up and put a few stitches on Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. This is also being stitched on the 36 count Picture This Plus vellum. This is part of the same piece that I did the Forever and Ever on. And I got a little bit more of the border and some of the cartouche with the beehive started there. And I'm probably going to continue working on this on and off. I don't know if I'll finish it this year. It kind of depends on how I get along with some other projects that I know I need to finish. But love working on this. It's so pretty. I'm really looking forward to getting it framed and on the wall as well. I have some progress update to show you on my one red thread a day. And this is the Ama Soie Chérie by Reflet de Soie. This is a beautiful red French sampler. I am doing it on a 46 count Lakeside Linen Vintage Tundra. I don't know how I can forget all of this from, yes, Vintage Tundra. And here is my progress from the last video, which I think was 3 weeks ago. And I'm trying to put something behind it and hold it at the same time. That's just not working. So I put some fabric on the side so it was easier to stitch. I stitched more down the side here and more down the side here. This is a big sampler, even though I'm 46. And I think I've added probably 6 different more letters and some more of the border stitching. I finished the corner over here and went down the side as well. So this is coming along. I'm starting to think that maybe I will finish this before the end of the year. I'm really loving how that is turning out. This is being done with a Versoix 103s in color 681. and it's beautiful. I am very excited. I may end up with 2 sampler finishes for the French general bedroom. So that is what I've been stitching on, and I've been doing a fair amount of knitting and crocheting. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I wanted to show you that I have been stitching on. So Lisa, my friend Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, who now lives in Oregon, as you well know if you watch her, she invited me along with a couple of stitchy friends that I've met at different retreats to go stitch on the other side of the mountains. So I went last weekend, drove over early in the morning, and we had a beautiful day. Stitching. We had a lot of fun. We had some lunch, and then our hostess Kim gifted us with a little stitch. The stitch is free. It's available online. It's called Muted Spring by Elizabeth's Needlework Designs, and this is what I got done while I was there. So there will be some flowers to fill in and more leaves and branches, and then the border goes down here, and then there's 2 cute little bunnies. And she put it all together in a little kit, and she created this thread card for us and added the thread. It was just beautiful. She was the hostess with the mostest. We had a great lunch. She had some chocolate bunnies for us, and another treat that I came home with that I will share in another video. I didn't have it out to show you, but I do want to show you and share that. That came home with me. So that was what else I was stitching on. Let's see. Let's do an update on my knitting. And I'm working on the Church Mouse fold over poncho. And I don't remember where I was last time, but I've gotten a significant amount more done. I need to have 50 inches, and I think I'm about 3/4 of the way there. And I'm going to continue working on this until it's finished. So as I mentioned before, once this is finished, you fold it over and you seam it, and then in the opening for the neck you knit a cowl. So this is going along rather well. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had another boo-boo error, so I'm getting better. I'm getting better at my knitting, but I'm really pleased with that, and I'm looking forward to finish on that. And then once that is done, I'll be picking my next project, which is probably going to be socks. So I have that in my cute kitty knitting bag. And speaking of knitting bags, I have some new ones to show you. This is actually for crocheting and knitting. I showed this on my Instagram. I made this out of a scrap piece of Waverly heavyweight. It's really called a duck fabric. It's not heavy as upholstery or twill, but it's like that. So I made another one. It turned out super cute. I just cut this off of the selvage, and this is a pattern that you can still order from Waverly. In fact, I had back in my early days, I think I had a comforter set made out of this fabric. So I'm really enjoying making these bags. I had many requests to do a tutorial because, as I talked about last time, the instructions are a little hard to follow. I've changed this a couple times. So this one I made a lot larger than the other one, and I will do a little video tutorial. I can't share a lot about the pattern, but I've changed it so much that I feel comfortable sharing. I won't share the pattern. What I'm going to share is a formula for you to make your own bag, so you can decide on how big it's going to be, how wide it's going to be, etc. And then I will show you the construction that I came up with, which is different than what called for. Actually, this is another project that I've started. Again, This was inspired by Jeanette of Crafty Cottage Stitches. She's making a cardigan for herself in a beautiful blue color. The original pattern was in pink, and my granddaughter saw it and she loved it, and so I'm making one for her. I only have one granny square done. It's called, what's it called? It's like the Easy Daisy cardigan, but the designer, which is all about Amy, she has a purse, she has a blanket, a granny square blanket, and then she has this cardigan. And this is the colors that I'm making. I don't have my ends woven in. This is the color that I'm making. I'll put a picture up here of what it will look like when it's finished. And so I'm working on this, and I have it in this bag. So I hope to have a little bit of progress to show you. There is no rush on this project. My granddaughter lives in the Tucson area, and it will be quite a while before it will be cool enough for her to wear something this warm. So she's probably gonna get this closer to fall, which gives me a lot of time to work on it. I am in love with a version of the blanket, and I'm trying to figure out where can I fit that in at the house, because the blanket is so pretty. The green, it's actually a kind of a blue green that it's made in, is so pretty, and I just don't know where it will fit. It potentially could fit in the cottage bedroom, but maybe I'll just make it because it's pretty. The other project I have another new project bag that I finished, and I love this project bag. It turned out so darn cute, and I'm trying to use up scraps of things that I have around. I did have to go find a matching ticking to go with this. I didn't have anything, and I really wanted some stripes in there, but this one is just adorable. It has the robins, it has the bunnies, it has strawberries, it's got all the cute spring stuff. And this is another one. I keep playing with the measurements and the pattern to come up with something that I really like. So I do like this big size for the big projects. This can be made with 4 fat quarters, but I also like the smaller size. So this is more for socks and shawls, smaller shawls, not big shawls. I like this size, but I need to adjust a little bit. I think I'd like it slightly taller and maybe a little bit narrower. But I made this one, and the nice thing about these, so they're soft and squishy, and which is exactly how I want them. Now I like my cross stitch project bags to have some substance to them, so they're not floppy and they stand over. But these, I use a fusible fleece that is pretty soft, which I like because it's yarn. And then you can fold, the reason I kind of like the stripes, you can fold the top down so it holds it open. And this is, I showed this blanket last time. I'm also making this for my granddaughter. And last time I showed you, I was talking about how I really didn't like the big granny square blanket pattern I was following, because it would have you go around this way and then go back this way and go back this way, and you ended up with kind of a jagged line, particularly with this variegated. I don't think it would be an issue with something that was just a one color yarn. In fact, I think it would be really great for the one color yarn. And the reason that I think they had you do it was that then your front and your back look the same. So the front and the back of a granny square look slightly different. So I understand why they said that, but it just was not working out with this variegated yarn. So I'm going to show this to you, and it's going to look like I didn't do a whole lot, but that's not accurate. It's a little bit bigger than last time, but you'll notice there's no jagged edge. And I actually ripped this back clear to here and re-crocheted it from the last time that we met. Now it still does have some cool pooling of colors, which I do like. It gives it some interest. So like here, the teal is pooling. I think that's really pretty. And then once the blanket is bigger, you're not really gonna notice that pooling. But let me back up. Oh, so it's getting bigger. I have used 2 small skeins, and I'm kind of in the middle of a big skein. So I don't think I'm going to need to use all 3 of the big skeins, and what I may do is make some pillows, some throw pillow covers to match. So I'm pleased. It doesn't look like I got very much further, but I really did. I actually crocheted it almost completely again. But I'm loving that, and both of these projects are nice to work on when the eyes are tired and I'm tired, because they're easy to work on and I can watch TV when I'm working on those. So, and I love my new bag. So a tutorial on that is coming, on the construction of how I put them together. And I will give you a formula on how to make a bag of your own using any size that you choose. Okay, so I did have a few acquisitions since last we spoke, and I posted these on Instagram. And by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's also Texstylust, but it is a private account. So I do ask that you request, and that's to keep the bots and the undesirables from just attaching to my account and creating havoc. So as long as I see that that you follow or other people follow you that have to do with cross stitching, quilting, etc., then I will approve that account. Approve that. So thanks for helping me out on that, because as you know, several YouTubers and Instagrammers that we know have gotten hit by bots. Okay, so back to this acquisition. I ordered these. I follow the LaHaye account, and I get emails when something new is coming out. And I think I ordered these back in January. So they sent out pictures of these trays. They're painted, and they had this antique paper that they have adhered to these trays, and I ordered one of each because I couldn't decide. They were so pretty. And so they came in the last 3 weeks, not too long after I think I showed, after my last Flosstube. But this is the oval one, and this is the green one. And they have proven very useful so far. I keep them next to my stitchy spot. I throw everything that I'm working on, my floss or my my snips, cards, whatever. This one sits next to the stitchy spot and holds all of my cards and pens, pencils and stuff like that. But I love these. They're gorgeous. I don't know if they will be taking more orders. I do know they said that they would make these until they ran out of this vintage paper, and then they would probably choose something else. But they're the perfect size. I love them. The colors are beautiful, and very, very pleased with this purchase. In fact, if you notice, the colors that they've painted them match the vintage paper. And then I have a few other little doodads that I've gotten recently. One of them is this itty bitty, teeny tiny pair of bow and scissors. Let me give you how teeny tiny they are. And I think these are called Soft Touch. They come in 2 sizes. There's one that's a little bit bigger than this, but these I bought to go into my case that I'm working on designing and filling up. And let's see, they will even fit. I mean, look, they will even fit in one of these little pockets. But they're perfect color, everything. They're so cute. I could even put like a little clip right there and hang them there. I think they're adorable. So super excited to get those. And then a few other things that I picked up. This is a ruler by Sue Spargo. Sue Spargo is a wool applique and embroidery phenomenon. There's no other way to describe it. And I thought that this was super handy. So me and my friend Tammy have been to a couple of classes locally here with Tony Phillips. And Tony Phillips and Sue worked together on classes for a long time. But this is great. So if you are doing any kind of wool applique, you know you always have a lot of, let me put something behind it. You always have, oh, that's not going to work. A lot of circles that's not working either. What am I going to show this? Does that work? There we go. You need to trace and cut a lot of circles, so it's great to have those. And then this is the handiest size of ruler ever. So me and Tammy both picked up one of these. And then the last thing that I acquired is a curved tailor's awl, and I'm looking at how to open this little guy right here. So these are by Clover. And these are super handy. If you're a long armor, they're very handy. Tammy had mentioned these, and they're going to be very handy to pick out stitches. And I love Clover products. I have the same thing like this in a straight awl, and I also have the seam rippers. But these are nicer just because they're a pick. But this handle is really nice to hang on to, and they don't roll away. They're slightly flat, so they're not gonna roll off the table. But that's gonna be a new stitchy chair accessory that's gonna go in here. Okie dokie, what else do I have to show you? Oh, I wanted to show you this. I got this lovely thank you card from one of the giveaway winners. And it's a beautiful card and had a beautiful note in it. And thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate you sending this off to me. Since this was going to be a short video, I thought I would do a designer showcase. And this is a designer that I just love, but I don't see a whole lot of people stitching here. But I was reminded of one of the beautiful charts that I have when we visited and did the weekend stitch last weekend, because Kim had this hanging on the wall and it was just gorgeous. So I'm going to do a designer showcase, just charts, because I don't have any finished pieces. I do have some in progress, but I don't have any finished. But the designer I'm talking about is Rosewood Manor, and that's Karen Kluba. And I love her her designs, and they're pretty big usually. I have a couple kitted up, in fact, and I'll talk about it when I get there, but they are so pretty. And she has a lot of florals. I like the ornate style of her designs. I think it really leans into the Victorian, but it's also very timeless. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and start looking at these. This particular one I have seen stitched at one of the retreats I attended. One of the gals was stitching on this, and it is just stunning. I can't tell you how beautiful it is. And it's called the Twin Samplers. And hopefully I won't get too much glare here. And this is what it looks like when it's completed. And it's so pretty. I think I'm going to pause here and see if I can adjust the lighting a little bit so that you can see things a little bit better. This one is kind of light in the picture, but hold please and we'll see if we can get some better. Okay, hopefully that's going to help. This is one that I do have in progress. It's called the Buckleberry Sampler. It's one of my favorites. I actually have this one and the smaller one. I'm trying to get it out of the sleeve here. There we go. The Buckleberry Sampler. And that is so pretty. And I'm also working on the Welcome, which is included in this booklet. If you have never purchased a pattern from Karen Kluba, you also, aside from what you're seeing on the front, she almost always includes some smalls that are not necessarily shown that are included in the pattern, where she will take some of the motifs out of there. Oh gosh, I haven't looked at these in a long time. They're so pretty. This one is green on green. I love the lettering. That looks very arts and crafts to me. Gorgeous. And of course you could put this on with any color. This was a stitch along back in 2017, 2018. I have not got very far. I think I just have the top, but this also has an arts and crafts flavor, and this is 2 B's and ABCs. It's a very beautiful band sampler. This one I also have kitted up. I have the linen and everything. It is so pretty. This is called Vintage Lace. This one is so pretty. I love the stags. I love the acorns. Oh, I picked this one up on the sale bin at the West, which is a cross stitch shop that's in Tucson, Arizona, when I was visiting. And this one is called Acorn Forest. And there's a second one shown there. This one I've also seen stitched up. It's kind of ghosty looking. It's intended to be that way. Hopefully you can see this, but it is just stunning. And this is Midsummer's Eve. I'll get a little closer. There you can see it. Isn't that pretty? So she has a series called Dreaming Of, and then she has different flowers. This one is Dreaming of Mums. Isn't that pretty? And this one is Dreaming of Roses. This one I remember when it came out. It came out in 2018, and it was a big hit at the market when it came out, and it's called Sunset. This one I really, really love as well. This would look great in the prim room, and it's called Quakers and Quilts. This one was also a huge hit when it came out. It's a big girl. Let's see, does it have, what is the stitch count? 420 by 200, and it's called Annie Forrest Grew. I love that. It's so pretty. This one is, let's see, maybe I can get it out of the plastic here so you can see it. This one is called Gray Friars Sampler, and I have seen this one stitched as well, and it is amazing. This one is called Heaven in a Wildflower. This is another favorite. It's called The Language of the Flowers. That is so, so pretty. This one is another beauty, and it's another huge sampler. I've also seen this one stitched. This is a 230 by 290, and it's phenomenal. It is just phenomenal, but it is a labor of love, and this one is called Inspiration. Lots of details in that one. And as I mentioned, lots of other complimentary stitches that are included in her books. Some of these I showed during my Christmas parades. I'll show them again real quick, and that was Christmas quilts. So that goes well with the Quakers and Quilts. The Birdville Christmas stocking. It's a much older one. And these are the ones that what I'm going to show you here is what reminded me, because I saw this on Kim's wall, and it's Quaker Diamonds. Just gorgeous. Spring Quaker, phenomenal. I love the colors on that. And I have this one and this one kitted up, Autumn Quaker. I think this one's my favorite. It's a kind of a toss-up between this one and Spring Quaker. And then the last one to show you is Summer Quakers. So I hope you enjoyed that designer spotlight and that you will check out Rosewood Manor. And this is just a small sampling. She has a very, very large catalog of stitches, and they're gorgeous. So I hope you like that and you will go check her out. And I think that is all I have to share with you today, but I do have the announcement for the giveaway winners. So let's go ahead and look at those. I'm going to pause here a moment and put some things away, and I'm going to grab those and announce the winners. So thank you so much, everyone, for playing along. I asked the question of what your favorite flowers were, and we had daffodils and peonies and grape hyacinth and lilacs and crocuses and all of the beautiful flowers. I think there were a few others that I had. Oh, magnolias and camellias. Camellias. Many years ago, I love camellias a lot, and I bought a bush for my mother for Mother's Day one year when I was quite young, and planted it, and it's still there. The only thing about those is that they are such a quick flower. I mean, the bushes are beautiful, the leaves are green and glossy, but they're less than a week before they go away. Another one that I really, really love that is more kind of a June flower is mock orange. And depending on where you live is when it will bloom. But I love the mock orange. They smell so good. So to the winners, please, I'm going to put the names across here. I'm going to announce them. And then what I'd like you to do is contact me at my email below, texstylust@gmail.com, and send me the address that you want these mailed to, and I will get these off in the next week or so. So the first one was the set of 3 craft patterns from McCall's. I would almost put these in the category of vintage. These are going to Cecilia Tracy 2794. Let me put my glasses on, make sure I'm reading that correctly. And yes, Cecilia Tracy 2794. So send me your information and I will get those in the mail to you. The next one was the little kit for Farm Fresh. Here, and it's an entire kit with some floss and the fabric. And this is going to Joyce Klauser 3371. I'll put your information down below, and please contact me. And the next one was this really cute paper piecing quilt pattern called Tulips by MH Designs. And the winner of this one is Nancy Suma. So Nancy, please contact me. And then the last one was the Blackbird Designs. It's Spring Fever. And the winner of this one is the Nevada Stitcher. So please contact me below at the email below, and I will get these sent out in the mail. I don't have a giveaway this video, but I will have one when I do the tutorial video. I think I'm probably going to do that one maybe on its own. I'm not sure. I have a really busy couple weeks coming up. I have a weekend quilt camp with my local guild. My friend Tammy and I are going to that. And I have my regular Tuesday group for stitching and my Wednesday group for knitting. And then I just recently joined the local Spinners and Weavers Guild, which is in Redmond, Redmond and Bend and Sisters are kind of like a little triangle. So I'm going to go to my first meeting for that, and I joined that to learn how to spin. And I'm on the hunt for a particular spinning wheel. I'm looking for an Ashford Joy 2. So if you see one for sale, I'm looking for the double treadle. Please drop me a line. That would be great. They go fast when they come up for sale for a used one. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go for some meetings. I'm going to do a lot of investigatory questioning and make sure that that's really the right spinning wheel for me. But I'm pretty sure that that's what I'm looking for. I definitely know I need a double treadle, and I'm looking for something that's portable and affordable because you know, trying something out like that is kind of a big investment before you and then to try it out and find out you really don't like it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it just fine. I've done some spinning. I've done some drop spindle spinning, and I think it's the Navajo spindle. I've did both of those. I've taken classes to do those, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I think we have a girls craft day coming up in the next couple weeks, and just a lot going on. So it will be at least a couple weeks, and I hopefully get that done for you. Okay, so I think that is all for today, and thank you so much for hanging out with me on this cold, chilly Saturday. We had some gorgeous weather. I was talking about it in my last video, and then it almost got up to 80, and then the next day, literally the next day, it snowed. It snowed about a little bit more than 6 inches here, but by the afternoon, it warmed up and it melted away too. So winter's losing its grip. Spring really is here. It's just very persnickety. It's not all quite spring here. So today, as I said, is kind of a cold gray day. The kittens are napping. One is over there, and one is over there. And I'm thinking that they have the right idea. I think it may be a nap after I get this done and uploaded. So I hope you all have a great week, next couple weeks. I will see you soon. And as I said, I will be uploading a small tutorial on how to do my version of the knitting bags. And see you soon. Bye-bye.